listening to the Ochoman, Behind the Eight Ball, only on Ignotainment.
I'm always on my old blacklist or something.
Without further ado, the one, the only, Ochoman.
I'm trying to live my life and it just makes me so wild.
Hola, muchachos, my friends. It's the Ochoman, and I tell you what, we got a great show for you today. I got my old partner here, Chris. Chris is my production guy. I got two guys right now that are going to be new on the show. Well, Armand's been on the show before, but Tony hasn't. I got to fill you guys in. Tony, he's been a big producer at a radio station locally around here in St. Louis. He's done a lot of stuff. He's announced soccer games and so forth in the past. I tell you what, it's great to have you on board, Tony.
Great to be here, Ochoman. Love it.
And my man here flew in from L.A., Armand. Armand, my big screenwriter here. He's working on some other stuff going on in the TV right now.
TV pilot, yes.
TV pilot. All right. We'll get into that later on. Guys, it's great having you. February 4th, it's going to be a hell of a show here. Anything going on right now that's on your minds and so forth, I'll tell you, before we get into that, though, fuck, I can't sleep. I can't. I'm all jumpy because I haven't slept a wink. I'm on this goddamn diet. The wife's got me on a diet.
Oh,
she's got me on a diet. She's called it low cal diet, but lately it's been low carb diet. I can't handle the fucking low cal diet. Who the hell could eat just lettuce and breast of chicken? You know that's not happening. Then I'm kicking back. I can't sleep. 3 a.m. I go downstairs and they got another Papa John commercial. I don't even think Papa John's is open at 3 fucking a.m. in the morning.
I think we discussed that last time about your.
Yeah, and then now I'm telling you, I got a Tesla. I want to look good in the Tesla. I'm trying to lose 60 pounds.
You look better. I can see your face is a little thinner.
I shaved.
Yeah, your beard looks wider.
I shaved. I'm trying to. Fuck you. My beard looks a little wider.
No, you look good. I forgot to mention this to you. Yeah. Yesterday, Armand, Ochoman took me for a ride in the Tesla.
Oh.
And we went to pick up lunch. And as we were coming back from lunch, you hit a couple red lights. And he was jamming out something on the radio. But I noticed at every red light we hit, everyone was checking out the car.
Checking out the car.
I'd like to borrow that.
And you know what? If they're going to check out the car, why don't they check out the guy in the car? And I got to look good. And I'm tired of being overweight here. So you know what? I said I'm going to lose some weight. If not for just looking good, try to lose some weight so you can see the kids graduate or some shit like that down the line. You know?
Sure.
But basically, I'm a big bone guy, if you didn't know that.
You've always been a big man. Yeah.
I've been a big man.
Raw-boned, yes.
Yeah. So, we're trying to do that. We got that going for us.
Speaking of jamming out, did you have that theme song last time I was here?
Which one was that?
Well, the one you just played for your...
Oh, no. Chris came up with that one.
Wow.
That's a new
Who sings that? The guy's got a good voice. Very kind of
know.
throaty. Stresses the sibilants and has very good fricatives.
Fricatives.
Fricatives, yes.
What the fuck is a fricative?
It's a palatial. It's
right.
a hard palate sort of
fucking
pronunciation.
A hard palate pronunciation.
Yes,
All right.
from the diaphragm.
Okay. Well, what's going on in the news here, my friends? Warren Sapp. Okay, this was a couple days ago, I know, but we ended our show, and then this fucking thing pops up with Warren Sapp. He's out of a job in the NFL Network.
What did he do?
Well, solicited a prostitute.
And he lost a job for that?
In the Super Bowl. Yeah, can you believe that? What the fuck's wrong with that?
He didn't lose a job for that.
Talk to me.
No, he didn't. You don't lose a job for soliciting a prostitute. You lose a job for getting caught soliciting a prostitute.
Well, of
I
course.
still think it's an injustice.
It's an injustice.
It's the NFL.
It's the NFL. You got to get laid in the NFL. These are Spartas. These are Spartans out there playing.
These are gladiators, warriors. Even the gladiators used to get. They would get them.
They would all get laid. Everyone gets laid.
They were giving them women.
Now, did you get laid when you get off my show?
No, by the way, and I kind of wanted to bring that up. I was very disappointed.
What are you talking about? Yeah, you should have got laid.
We had a great response. Everything was wonderful. The show was superlative.
Yeah.
I didn't get laid.
Wait a second.
No.
You guaranteed.
He did.
You guaranteed to get me on this. I'm out of here.
Fuck, he just slammed it. I'm telling you right now, this is bullshit. Tony, fuck him. Okay, will you could lay each other.
You didn't specify gender. I'll give you that.
Some scotch.
Well, it's whiskey, isn't it?
So, I mean,
can we make an appeal to the ladies that listen to this show?
I don't know how many ladies we got listening to the show, but
No, if you're a TV guy.
oh, blow it out your ass. I'm trying here. I'm trying.
Okay, I appreciate
I'm
that.
blaming
Don't call Warren Sapp, though.
Ocho. I'm blaming him. If he is a TV guy
He's a TV guy.
and he's saying that,
No,
then your
features.
casting couch is broke.
TV is new. Features.
Speaking of people bullshitting on the news, did you hear about Lance Armstrong?
Now what?
Once again, Lance is in the news here, and he's driving along with his little gal. Mm-hmm. He's still got a girlfriend.
He's getting
Can't
laid,
believe-
yeah.
Oh, hang on here. He's driving along, and boom! He hits another car. There's an accident. You know what he tells this gal, this fucking liar?
The gal that was with him?
Yeah. He says, hey, you got to get in the driver's seat.
Classic.
Was he drunk?
No, he wasn't drunk at all. But he's saying that, hey, babe, jump in the driver's seat. I can't get the world attention on me again, so you got to act like you're driving.
He truly is
He's
a habitual liar.
He's a Pinocchio.
He's a man.
Pinocchio.
He's a man. Come on, that's a masculine trait.
This fucking guy lies about everything, though.
But I think he is one of these guys who he's like the George Costanza of liars. He lies so much and for so long that I think he starts to believe it.
What do you think his most flagrant lie was about the rights? I guess.
I think that has a lot to do with it.
Yeah, but don't you think that's rampant in sports?
It
I mean,
is rampant
deny
in
it,
sports.
deny.
Well, but you don't throw everyone under the fucking bus when you're doing it,
Well,
too.
your girlfriend.
No, but he
Nothing wrong with that.
threw teammates under the bus.
But I'm talking about this incident.
No, screw this
I can
incident.
forgive this.
This is just icing on the cake here. What we're talking about is
A pattern.
This guy
There's a pattern
Yes,
there.
there's a fucking pattern.
But what are you going to do about it? What are you
going to do about it? Nothing. But
Line
I'm just
rehab? What can you do?
speaking of rehab, our guy's in rehab right now.
Who?
Our Cleveland
Manziel.
Manziel's
No kidding.
in
I didn't know that. He's in rehab? Drugs?
No, I don't know what the hell it is. I think it's more of a rehab to make him a nicer guy. Can you fucking believe that? There's rehab centers that are like $95,000 to $100,000 a month for just being a nice guy.
Well, who's catering to his girlfriend while he's in rehab?
Well, you know,
I'd like to
here's an interesting
offer my
thing.
services.
Here's, I'm sure you would.
She's a beautiful woman.
Is she?
Yes, it is.
Super Bowl party in Vegas offered him a six-figure digit on a party to host out at Vegas, and he turned it down. He said, I got to do rehab. So the guy may be serious. He may be
He's
really
got a real mental problem. Now I think he's deranged.
Now you're saying he's deranged.
Yes, now he has a problem.
The motherfucker can't throw a pass. Of course he's deranged. Now he wants to get back to old...
Jay Cutler can't throw a pass either. Look how long he's been playing. And
He's the highest paid quarterback in football.
yeah, highest paid quarterback.
Jay Cutler's not a bad player, man.
Oh, come on.
I'm telling you right
throw-
now,
you
if
can't
Jay
read
Cutler
defenses.
gets the right offense with an offensive line that could block fucking for him, I'm telling you right now, Jay Cutler could be a potent...
I'm going to make an excuse for Jay Cutler. Jay Cutler's diabetes, I think it screws up his hormonal. His glands are all screwed up. And I just don't think he can take the stress. The catecholamines.
What the fuck?
The catecholamines.
The catecholamines.
Tony, jump in
Okay,
here.
hold on.
This is a pancreatic problem.
I know the stress of playing professional sports has got to be tremendous
How do you know that, by the way?
because I've watched professional. I've been around it, never
we
played
watched
it.
them too.
But no, when you're around it and covering it, you see those post game faces, and you know.
Well, it's nothing compared to the stress of being in the Playboy Mansion.
Right.
Yeah,
that stuff. That's
you know, stress. I'm going to interrupt you, and then you go on with your story. Stress is when you're out on the steel mill working 16 hours. That's stress, baby.
I agree.
And
I
these
absolutely
guys,
agree.
2.5 hours of fucking playing out on a football field. You could suck it up and be a man about it and think, you know what, my paycheck probably does 10, 15 guys out there for 1 week.
But the one thing about the NFL, you don't know how. Every time you walk out of that tunnel, that could be it. That could be it.
Well, every time you get near that blast furnace, that could be
it too.
Right, I've seen that mill. That's
I tell you what, I've played football for over 16 years. I've been on the blast furnace for about 10 years, and I'm telling you right now, I would rather take the football perspective any day because I know that you know what? People die out there.
Yeah.
People die out there, and people can die out on the football field too. But the stress level has got to be I don't know. I'm looking at this being a little bit more on the blast furnace, steel mill type of.
Was that as dangerous as your peanut job?
No,
that was a very stressful and dangerous.
The peanut job in L.A.
fraught with hazards.
Yeah, my cousin.
There were peanut shells all over that place.
Yeah, my cousin owns a big company. It's thriving right now. It's doing really fucking good. It's called
thriving.
Did I say
Striving.
thriving?
Yeah, striving means they're trying to
You're
get it
striving
going.
to
Thriving
thrive.
means they have gotten it going
All right,
and are
Dick.
You're a
successful.
little xenophobic today.
He's seen that on the board.
That's the last
Why is the word xenophobic on your
that's
board?
the last word I thought I'd see on your board. Spelled properly, too.
We were playing fucking Hangman before Chris got in here. We wrote in xenophobic.
What, and you needed a word with an X?
I looked it up, and this fucker said it's his favorite word.
One of my favorite. Next to Xantippe, yeah.
Xantippe.
Xantippe is a shrewish woman.
A Jewish woman.
Shrewish.
Shrewish.
Termagant.
Is that related to the Jewish?
No, it's actually Greek.
Oh, blow it out your ass with that sound effect.
It was actually Socrates' wife, and they actually think that he probably could have
Socrates had a wife?
Yes, Xantippe.
Oh,
and,
Xantippe.
And he took the hemlock and killed himself. And they think he might have been able to beat
Socrates
the...
killed himself?
Yeah.
He drank
the poison.
But he drank it because his wife was such a rag that they think he just wanted to die anyway.
I can fucking understand Socrates.
So that is a shrewish, intolerable, insufferable woman is a Xantippe. Xantippe.
So this bitch got known to be a downer.
Oh, she killed him.
Think
she
about
drove him to suicide.
One
literally.
of the principal founders of logic
Mm-hmm.
came to the conclusion it's better to drink hemlock poison than to spend another day with you. Inspiring songs like Meatloaf's Paradise by the Dashboard Light. What's that song?
I think that's it. Yeah.
Right.
Where
the end refrain
exactly.
is, and now I'm waiting for the end of time. That's Socrates. Ocho,
Damn.
that's Socrates. He was waiting for the end, and he couldn't wait any longer.
Are you married, Tony?
Yes.
Oh, then you know.
Yeah,
I'm
it's a
single.
challenge.
Yeah.
He's got a Zigga too. What's
Xantippe.
Yeah, he's got a Xantippe too on his hands.
See, if it's not for Socrates,
guy-
we don't get art like this.
By the
amazed
way,
by
that
your
is
engineer.
such a chick song too. Now, all the chicks, if you're at a bar or something, they suddenly get up. This is like their fucking national anthem. They start getting up and they start singing it, and you're like, "Sit the fuck down! Sit the fuck down!" You what's the name again?
Xantippe.
You Xantippe, fuck you! It's unbelievable.
What's that song they always say, get laid, get fucked?
Moni Moni?
Yeah. And they never do that. They never come through. I dance with women. They always say that.
Yeah,
And then,
they
you know,
don't-
you're reading,
they-
what do you take me for? Well, you just...
Yeah, you just told me.
Right.
You just
Yeah,
sang
yeah.
it. You just told the world, get laid, get fucked.
Right. And then you reach
then
for
you-
the goodies and... Well, anyway, that's an
Unbelievable.
aside.
Yeah,
That's,
you should be getting laid from this show. You should be.
well,
I'm
it's
telling
not-
you.
Well, it's,
I'm telling you, there's something wrong
it's
right
ironic.
there.
I'm not a bad-looking guy, huh?
No, you're a good-looking
God.
dude. You're a good-looking dude. Speaking of good-looking dudes,
Rubbing minoxidil on my bald spot. It seems to help.
yeah, it is. I bought
You
this.
see some sprouts there?
No, it's coming along, right? You got a black. Oh, that's the micro.
That's the headphones.
Yeah, headphone. Speaking of good-looking dudes, Brady. Brady's on the news, and you know what? If you're going to do this, just do it behind closed doors. But here's Brady. Brady wants to give his Super Bowl truck to Malcolm Brown, the DB, who intercepted the ball to clinch the big win. Now, why the fuck wouldn't you give that truck? You don't belong in that truck. I just can't see you sitting in that truck
I can't
I can
see.
see him
with your hot GQ.
Yeah, I can
fucking-
see him in your Tesla.
in my Tesla with that hot bitch of his wife.
Now, if he got an accident, do you think he'd ask his wife to change places with him?
Absolutely not.
I think he's
Brady.
too noble for that.
No, he'd probably take the bullet. But I cannot.
I hate the
I
guy,
can't
but-
see him in anything other than a really high class Mercedes or a Maserati, something like a Quattroporte.
something to he gets attention.
Yeah, I mean it's a high class luxury car.
Yeah,
he's not a truck guy.
No, can you see him say, "What's the chick's name? What's the chick's
Giselle
name?"
Bundchen, right?
Giselle. Hey, Giselle, sit by me like they do down south.
Yeah, come on, scoot into the middle, Giselle.
Better yet, let's get our big dog. Let's get that hound dog to sit between us.
Yeah,
too.
move the red man
He
and
should
sit down here.
He should give this truck to Malcolm Brown. Malcolm Brown just won the Super Bowl for these fucks. So
I assume you guys discussed how stupid that call was.
that was the biggest flop of shit I ever seen in my life.
I don't think since Hitler invaded Russia, has there been a mistake that big?
Well, is it Hitler or Napoleon?
Well, Napoleon made a mistake too, but Hitler should have
Hitler
learned.
made the same mistake.
Yeah, Hitler should have learned from that mistake.
Yeah, Hitler should have. Well, thank God he did.
But I don't know. Am I kind of blowing it out of proportion, or is that
no.
the crucifixion? Maybe was that a bigger mistake? I don't. That was the worst.
No, I've said it.
It's literally the
to
worst
me,
mistake in football.
It was the
That's
worst.
your final answer.
It was the worst play call ever.
I think so. I don't think you can quibble.
And
quibble with
Armand,
that.
I don't even fault throwing the pass. If you want to throw a pass, go ahead, because at some point in a series you have to with one. I get the logic. What I don't get is the logic of that particular call. And here's Ochoman, because you played the game. You have lined up defensively. In a situation like that, under any circumstance, you cannot let a score occur. So,
under that circumstances right there, what our defense is known to do, they would be calling us for what they wanted us to do was shoot the gaps. It's going to be a run play. And that's all we're thinking. And that's what logically that's what should have happened. I mean, this fucking Lynch has been running over people left and right. He could have gotten that yard and a half. But you know what? What gets me more, what stirs it up in my mind, I become xenophobic about it. Did I use that word right?
No.
Okay,
That's
fuck
a
it.
fair
I
attempt.
tried, Dick.
It's a fear of strangers, not
yeah.
stupid football calls. But
Okay. What I would have done is not blame it on the wideout didn't run a.
Oh, is that what they did?
Yeah, the offensive
Well,
coordinator said
the coordinator called it, right?
Yeah,
so
the
it's not really
offensive
Carroll.
Carroll signed off on this
Yeah,
call.
Oh, he
Carroll-
did.
He
Well, then
signed
it's his
off.
fault too.
Yeah,
Okay.
Carroll's the one that should get lynched on this one. Lynch. Here we go.
That's very good.
But in any case, that's what
again.
went down, and he blamed it on the wideout not cutting in time and so forth. And you know what? Why can't you just ball up and say we fucked up?
Right. You don't give them an opportunity to jump the route
Yeah,
like that.
but you know what? I don't want to talk
Okay.
about it
That's
anymore.
all right.
It's
We have
Can I
everything.
enlighten your day?
I was
Ochoman?
trying to put it in perspective with that
I want to
Hitler
give
reference.
It's a good reference. Excellent
Somewhere
reference,
between
Armand.
the invasion of Russia and the crucifixion.
I mean, it's right up there.
xenophobic there too.
Yeah. I want to give you
Fall
some
of
news
Troy.
that is going to fill your heart with warmth and joy.
You got a stripper coming in?
Maybe. Better.
Chris, get ready.
Ochoman, you are a big, big Missouri fan. Am I correct?
Don't tell me we got him.
Once again, the best player in America is going to be playing for your Missouri Tigers.
Let me hear a little cheer on
Yeah.
that sound effect on that one, babe.
Can we have applause and exhortations? Oh,
Da, 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 da. How sweet is that, guys?
who is he? Who's this?
Name him.
Terry Beckner, East St. Louis Senior High School, heading to Columbia,
An East Side
Missouri.
kid.
It's about
Wow.
fucking time we came up with. I hope this guy lays off the weed. I mean, every time we get a big time player, they love the weed, which is not bad, but not.
I don't
don't
object to
fucking,
that either.
Don't fucking do it. Don't do it out on the.
Well, you think Warren
parking
Sapp
lot
would have
and-
lost his job if they caught him smoking dope?
I don't know.
No,
That's a
no,
good
no.
question.
Let me go back to Sapp.
I think that's probably worse than the prostitute. I don't know, prostitute. That's a victimless crime unless he doesn't pay.
Well-
Okay, he's kind of point, and you know what? A prostitute. Well, you
It's a
can't
business
beat it.
transaction.
You can't
Come
beat it
on.
because you sell it and you still got it.
No, that's true.
Every have your cake and eat it too.
I have a question I want to ask you, Armand.
Oh,
You're a
sure,
logical
certainly.
guy.
I try to be.
I have told
I thrive to be.
I have told Ochoman this before, okay? And he gets where I'm coming from.
Mm-hmm.
Dealing with the vocation, let's call it, of prostitution.
Yes.
What are you
Sure.
actually paying the prostitute for?
Anonymity, and her disappearance and her silence.
He's got it.
It's not
this
the sex per
man
se.
is brilliant
No, it's
because
not.
I have
No,
told
it's
Ochoman before, you are not paying for sex, you are paying for them to leave.
Correct. Absolutely. The absence, the silence, and then third of all, the fellatio, or whatever your preference.
Now, let me
is.
tell you something.
the blowjob he's talking about. There?
Yeah, that's a word for fellatio. Is another word for
You a
BJ.
fellatio file?
Fellatio file. They're coming out with another fucking movie on.
Did you get your Shades of Grey tickets? I had 3 women I dated the last 2 weeks. They all have tickets for Shades of Grey already.
Already?
Yeah. This is a big deal to them.
Really?
They can't wait.
This mommy porn thing is just out of control.
Have you read it?
No, I don't need to.
Did your wife read it?
I've had every adult woman I have known has come up to me and talked to me about this. And I'm like, I don't really want to hear about Mr. Gray and all this stuff.
Is it bondage? Is that what I don't even know what it's about.
I don't even
I
think.
assume
I
it's
don't.
salacious, concupiscent, and lascivious.
What the fuck is he saying?
I got 2 of those.
Put that on your board.
Yeah, put that on my board. I'll use it for
Salacious?
hangman.
Concupiscent.
Spaghetti's rolling.
A cunt. He's a cunt.
Concupiscent and
he's a cunt pupil.
there you go.
That's what
That's
it is.
the origin of that word.
That's the origin of that word,
That is
Tony.
the etymology of
Get
the
your
word.
head out of your ass, Tony.
I'm trying.
This is a very informative program. I hope your listeners...
No, it is.
You
But
shut your mouth when you're talking to me.
you got to go back to SAP because what he's really paying
You
for.
think these words will get me laid?
I think so. I think you're
you
really
might
doing a
talk
good
someone's
job.
panties off
Like-
with lavacious.
Any women like big words out there?
I'm here for the gang.
I don't have anything else, but big words I have.
Let me
go ahead,
let
Tony.
me tell you about how the Super Bowl really works because I've been
Well,
to
it's one team wins, the other one loses.
That's true.
Boom, there you go. You got a winner.
I've covered 5 Super Bowls.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Wow.
I've been there for the entire week.
That's great.
Mercifully, on many of them, I left on Sunday morning because
Before the game.
Oh yeah, you don't want to stay for the game. The Super Bowl is. See, that's
The
what people
fuck's
don't
the
understand.
matter with you?
I've stayed for games before, but the Super Bowl is not about the actual game. It's about everything that's leading up to the game.
Yeah.
And over the years, the crew that I used to do radio with, we started to notice something midweek. Suddenly, the talent level at the Super Bowl jumped up significantly around Thursday.
You talking about the female talent?
Yes.
level? I understand.
It jumped up significantly around Thursday. And somebody who had been Super Bowl guy his whole life said, yeah, Thursday's kind of what we call moving day. I said, moving day? I said, yeah, that's when all of the best escorts from around the world are flowing
They gather around.
to the Super Bowl city. Now, look at Ochoman's face right now. I wish the audience could see your face. I'm talking about the best of the best. A Pro Bowl, if you will, for prostitutes, okay?
That'd be a great reality show.
What, to send the hooker out there?
Yeah,
and then
Super
you
Bowl.
follow her?
Right, well, the Super Bowl. Yeah, prostitution.
Now,
How about to send that to my producer?
at the
Big game horrors.
How would you like to be America's next $5,000 call girl?
right. It's funny you should say that.
Well,
Check
I
this
hope
out.
so.
Check this out here.
So at the Super Bowl, and I don't remember, it was like the Giants versus the Ravens, and I think we were in Tampa Bay.
That was a bad game.
Okay.
That was a bad one. Yeah.
So we're going back a few years.
yeah.
So I don't know what a quote would be now. I'm going to give you a quote from then. We are at the Media Center Hotel, the lobby bar. It is all happening. All the big wigs are around. All the name media people are around. And, of course, we're there just, trying to be leeches. But we're having a good time. People are having drinks.
That's what it's all about.
Great looking chick. We notice somebody goes, she's a worker. She's a worker. There's no question about it. She's a worker. Someone gets up the courage and goes up and asks, what would it take? She goes, for what? He goes, whole night. Now, this is what year might this have been? Super Bowl 30. This is like 2002.
This is right after the Rams won.
Yeah,
wasn't it?
yeah,
So
that's right.
2002.
That's right. Right after the Rams won. Right after. So that's 15 years ago almost. 13 years.
13 years, yes.
She looks at the guy, and I can still hear her say this. 6,000.
Well, that's reasonable.
6G.
6 Ochoman. 6 large.
Now, is this you just...
Well,
you just... And you're out of there?
He asked for the night. So
for
I'm
the night.
assuming.
For a night.
That's
For a night.
roughly about
That-
8
that's-
hours.
That's about...
That's
about...
7,500 an hour.
Yeah.
All right, $7.50 an hour. $7.50 an hour.
For me...
And it was pretty late at night. It was around 10 o'clock.
That's 2 for me. Too.
Okay.
Well, as long as she stayed till dawn.
So, and of course, no, guy, no.
Yeah, it's
no,
outrageous.
And she was gorgeous. She was so
I should
pretty.
hope so.
She was so pretty, Armand. You're like, I can't believe that you're doing this. You're so beautiful. But again, she's making $6,000 a night.
I see a beautiful woman like that. I can't believe she's not doing it.
Yeah,
Well,
no
that's
kidding.
That's the easiest money in the world.
What's the matter with you over there?
Well, later I see her about a half hour later. We're walking out of the hotel in the valet drive-through. beautiful, luxurious, big Mercedes-Benz type car. She's in the passenger seat. White, silver-haired gentleman, kind of looks like an owner.
Old dude. He's an old
All
dude.
the bling,
Robert
the watches, the gold.
That's what
Robert
Manny's
Kraft.
all
Off
about.
they go. Well, I'm not saying it was Robert Kraft, but I'm saying he looked like
obvious conclusion.
Robert Kraft. I'm not saying it was, but I'm saying it looked like a guy who would be a Robert Kraft type. Who once I couldn't take a leak at a Super Bowl because Robert Kraft was in the bathroom. And his damn security, Ochoman, kept me out of the bathroom because the owner of the Patriots has to pee alone.
That's right. Robert
wait,
Kraft's
time out.
bladder takes precedence.
Time out, though. You don't want him in the toilet before Robert Kraft.
They don't know that.
If I see you coming too, I'm gonna have all sorts of fucking Fort Knox holding that fucking door. You're gonna smell up that whole fucking joint. There's Robert Kraft's gonna go in there and go, "Oh, what the hell just happened in here?" And he's gonna look at his security guy and fire the fucking person. You're not coming in the fucking bathroom.
Hey, well, there are some cultures where people are revered by the smell
by
of their
the
shit.
smell of their shit.
Yeah.
Where at?
No, I just made that up.
Oh fuck! I was like, I'd be the king.
Yeah, who?
I
Tell Ochoman where this land is.
That's
I
right.
Would be I would be their
right.
god.
I followed you into the bathroom before, and you can befoul the air of them.
I would let some xenophobic air out. Huh?
You're an olfactory nightmare.
Is that xenophobic on that one? Did I use it right?
Well, win in Rome.
That's stinkophobic. That's
What the fuck is that word?
fear of strangers.
That's fear of strangers. I'm in the
Fear
bathroom.
of strangers shit, though, you're talking.
Yeah, but here's the thing about it. When I'm in the bathroom, like at a rest area or something, after driving.
I can't shit in someone else's toilet.
Oh, you can't. So you're going to hold it 400 miles.
I
huh?
would. I think I can. That I
I've
can
gone a
shit.
long distance, Ochoman. Oh, let me tell you, because I have.
That's why
Hey,
why your family's cross-eyed. You've been letting fart out after fart, the 400 or 500 fucking miles out there.
Do you drive a lot?
I
mean,
do.
Do you cross country drive a lot?
No, I don't.
Okay, I do.
I don't do.
I am known for being able to drive a lot. So I have the American truck stop situation.
You
is
can
the
restrain
worst
yourself.
ever. You have to, because if you go
imagine.
into like even what looks like a decent rest area or truck stop type of situation, it's horrible. I once saw a guy somewhere in Kentucky taking a leak. You know how those guys, they put their hand up on the wall and then
Right.
lean into the urinal?
Right.
And instead of, he had hand on the wall, but in his other hand, while he's taking a leak, guy's eating a ham sandwich.
Well,
Yeah.
Now, how the hell are you going to do your business walking past the
Man
guy
was-
taking a leak, eating a ham sandwich at a urinal? I turned
Man's
around
on
and
a-
said,
Yeah,
we
yeah.
got to drive down the road, guys.
No.
I can't do this
well,
here.
he was on a tight schedule.
He definitely tight
Only
schedule.
so much time for,
How could you have shit stain on your fucking sandwich with your white fucking bunny bread?
It's gross. Beyond one of the most foul things I've ever seen.
But I
can't
think
have- you
when
can't
you
have
talk
shit
about
stain on your bunny
prostitution, I think we were talking about
Yeah,
that before
hookers.
excrement and scatological subjects.
Proportions, yeah.
Before that, I think that really highlights the difference between men and women. I don't think women can ever understand that. For instance, when I remember, do you guys remember when Hugh Grant was caught with Divine Brown?
Divine
remember
Brown.
her?
She was ugly.
She was not. Yeah, I was with. Oddly enough, I was with a woman at the time, and we were watching the news. And she said, "I can't imagine Hugh Grant at the time was dating
He's
Hurley,
a good
Elizabeth Hurley.
and he was with Elizabeth Hurley.
Yeah.
And she said, and then they showed Divine Brown's picture. And she's not right. And she said,
Oh,
how
God.
could a man like him, try to pander to a slut like that? And I said, look, you're never going to understand this, bud. Elizabeth Hurley is not doing a service that Hugh Grant wants. Hugh Grant has a dick just like everybody else. It's
Right.
English, it's cute, but it's still a dick. And she is not. He has a request he made that Elizabeth Hurley is not fulfilling.
Not fulfilling.
and he's willing to pay for it.
It's a xenophobic
And he's willing
moment.
to pay an ugly woman to do it.
It's a xenophobic moment.
Well, I don't know about that. It's
I want to use this fucking word
Xenophilic.
one time.
Keep trying.
One time I want to use this word in the right pronounce way.
right. Well, you grammatically correct.
Okay. All right.
To that point, Armand, I once heard a story about Josh Groban,
Josh, who's he?
the singer.
Oh, do you know him?
I don't know.
I got the name right?
I don't know.
We don't even know the fucking guy.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
And he sings all these lovey-dovey songs that
No, we
really
don't know
melt
no
the.
lovey-dovey
balladeer.
song.
Right.
Oh yeah,
Okay.
they sicken
So
me.
one of his girlfriends goes, you know what you're doing because A, you're better than that, and B, you know that you're just putting out this music so you can get laid. And Josh Groban's response to her is, "This dick don't suck itself."
That's beautiful.
There's a man. Yeah, that's. I think you use that quotation.
What is that music? Is this guy?
Is that Boulay or whatever his name is?
No wonder this chick didn't blow him.
That's him?
Oh, fuck. She would fall asleep.
No, they love this stuff. Tender. You know, the videos have a hazy focus. You know, they're on the beach.
You know what?
Dolphins in the background.
You know
that sort of thing. It's
you know what I see, though?
Oh,
I see like a Viking ship. And he's standing there with her. He's got his cape all around her and shit.
Can you play some more of that? A Viking ship?
Look, listen to it, man.
Right,
you see Vikings.
What is that, Norwegian or something?
No, it's the cold. Snot's running down her.
You raise me up.
You raise me up. That's the ship.
Oh, yeah, Stormy Seas.
Stormy Seas.
I see kind of a Winslow Homer kind of painting, you know? Frothy,
all right,
wind-tossed seas.
Let's stop right now. He's rubbing my leg. Fucker hasn't been laid, and now he's rubbing my leg, talking to me about...
You're a very attractive man.
Well, you know, I am starting to lose a little weight. Papa John, he could go fuck himself because he's not going to get to me at 3 a.m.
But you're up at 3
a.m.
And, okay,
3 a.m.
So, again, I kind of get why Papa John's or anybody is advertising it. I kind of get that. Your diet, though, because you said she's got me on this low cal.
Yeah, what are you eating?
Diet. So my question to you is there any type of diet that's not low cal?
Well, she's this is the type of shit that she's got me eating. Okay, she tells me to eat really light, like a toast in the morning, just one toast without anything on it, just a toast with skim milk.
You're going to live on one piece of toast.
What are you, in prison?
Hold on. And then at lunchtime, if you go out with your friends, I want you to eat a small salad with low-cal. Make sure it's low-cal salad dressing because salad dressing alone is about 400 to 500 calories. I think, okay.
Well, it makes the salad bearable.
Yeah. Well, and... It's not working. It's not fucking working. I don't like it. I don't like that vinegar bullshit. Yeah. That you use that for prisoners in Guantanamo Bay or whatever.
Well, that's a vaginal cleanser, isn't it?
That's a vaginal cleanser she wants me to eat,
that's
Tony.
An antiseptic.
That was the whip cracking.
Yeah, can I hear that again? That was a great sound effect.
Oh God!
You know what makes that sound?
One more time, sweetie. You can't give me one more. Okay. Whatever.
You know what makes that sound?
I think I know the answer to this.
Go ahead.
It's actually a miniature sonic boom.
That's correct. It's the tip of the whip breaking the sound barrier.
That's incredible.
Fuck what you guys are talking about the whip here. I'm talking about a dilemma that I got to eat the small
speed of sound, by the way, not the speed
no
of light.
croutons either.
I have trouble sleeping too. What in the hell? I am not awake at 3. What are you doing at 3?
I can't sleep. I keep picturing everything. People picture sheep. I picture lamb chop jumping over my.
So do you wake up at 3:30, or have you still haven't been to sleep yet?
I just been laying there. I toss and turn. I look at YouTube. Maybe get on Pornhub a little bit. Maybe relieve myself. But I'm not sleeping.
You want me to prescribe something?
I don't want
Ambien or Valium or something?
No. I don't want that. I think I could do it. I'm getting over these withdrawals. The thing about it, fellas, we make fun of heroin addicts. We make fun of all these cokeheads and stuff and say, I can't believe they're addicted to that. Why can't they stop? And we have the same problem. If we're 60 pounds overweight, we're like, okay, we got to stop eating this or stop eating at night or stop doing anything that evolves around our diet, man. It's a tough gig. And now you've always been in great shape, Armand. You've hit the gym. You eat like a fucking pig. I've seen you eat before. You eat donuts. You eat everything.
Yeah,
but then you go to the gym and work out and you work it off. Now, guys like me and Tony, we eat and it stays right there because we're not doing shit about it. And I think it's the entire American public has went to me and Tony. I mean, that's what
we're addicted to sugar.
We love it. And I tell you, we watch
well,
this.
Well, it's not the sugar; it's the high fructose corn syrup.
Well, whatever it is, we watch we watched The Big Loser on NBC, and we're saying, "Fuck, I'm going to do it this time. This time, these fucks are doing it. I
They
can do
work
it."
hard on that show. That's
Yeah.
like a boot camp. I read an article that I think 33% of the children in England from 10 to 14 are obese.
Really, from
That's
10 to
pretty shocking.
14,
10 to 14.
33%.
In England.
1 in 3. That's in England of all places.
And what is it here? 2/3?
I would think it's probably half.
Well,
I don't know.
I heard maybe a month and a half ago, I think it was a couple months ago, that Mexico has overtaken United States as the most obese country in the world.
Too many tortillas.
Yeah,
You
whatever
cannot
it is.
eat that amount of corn.
Yeah,
You just can't.
I wouldn't think they had the money for that. I've been to Tijuana before.
No,
There's
but
nobody fat in
you
Tijuana.
You know this. The lower the income goes,
Yeah.
because high caloric food is cheap.
Well, that's true, but I think that's strictly for like OECD countries or
Yeah.
economically developed countries. Out of Mexico, I wouldn't include in that. They don't have any money to eat anything. But okay, if you say so, I'll buy it.
Ochoman, what do you like? Because you and I both struggle with diet. But if you're up, what are you again? What the hell are you
what am I-
watching? Because I
Look, I went downstairs, like I said, and it's got the same fucking HBO. HBO's got to turn things around to where they got to stop having to repeat fucking movies left and right, and again, it's got the same old thing, same old shows again, and then I went to Cinemax, and then you got some porn going on, soft porn.
Oh.
And I'm like, no, I
Emmanuel?
can't. I don't
Emmanuel,
want to watch any of that, man. I just want to let. And then I turned Sports Center on. I said, Sports Center will save me. And boom, there goes that little Papa fucking John. He's got the pizza. He's got Joe Montana. He's got and Papa
Joe looks
John
bad.
Pizza.
Joe looks bad.
I know we covered that on the
did we?
last
That's
segment.
right, yeah.
And but I'm just saying to you right now. You
That
don't
makes
need
you
to
hungry?
Yeah.
Really?
How do they know that magnetizes me to go to the fucking refrigerator?
It's subliminal. It's a subliminal advertising.
It's crazy. It's crazy, but I'm doing it. This is my second day, and I've lost 3.5 pounds. I'm gonna kick. I'm gonna kick this.
Are you going to the gym?
I'm actually. I got a gym downstairs.
Oh, good.
And I'm working out in my house, and I'm gonna make it happen this time.
Have you had your vaccinations?
My vaccination for what?
Well, measles, mumps,
I had
rubella.
all that when I was a little kid. What is that coming back or something?
Well, yeah.
Oh, hell yeah,
If
it's
you go to
coming back.
Disneyland, you might get measles.
We got to go to Disneyland. I'm taking the kids and the wife.
Have they had their vaccinations?
Yeah, they've
Okay.
all had their shit. You're telling me that?
Well,
Go ahead.
vaccinate. Look, measles are back.
How the fuck are they back?
Because parents who listen to stupid Oprah Winfrey and Jenny McCarthy, who don't know a damn thing, who because they think vaccinations cause autism, were choosing not to have their children vaccinated, suddenly diseases, and measles are serious. That is a serious disease that can lead, in a small percentage, it can even lead to a child's death.
God
This
damn it.
okay.
That's, what are you clapping about, you sinister?
But here's a
that's
problem.
bad
Here's a problem,
taste.
Ochoman. When a guy like the governor of New Jersey comes out
The
and
Dallas
says,
Cowboy fan there.
Chris
He's my
Christie.
guy.
He
He's
can do
my
no
guy.
wrong.
okay, there's your guy. He's your guy.
He's my guy. He's
Okay.
a Cowboy
Here's
fan
your-
there.
Well, here's what your guy said yesterday. We should definitely have vaccinations, but parents should also have a choice.
Choice.
A choice. What the hell choice are you talking about? A choice for parental negligence?
Yeah, that is bullshit.
I
Because,
mean,
you know what? These kids, they can't speak for themselves. They don't know any better.
no, you
The
have to
parents-
advocate for the child.
What
Yeah.
if the child hasn't had a vaccination? You think they should be allowed to go to school?
I don't think so, man. I really don't, because you know what? You're endangering other kids too.
Well, I don't know.
But here's
if
the thing
your child's
about
been
it.
vaccinated,
Yeah, that's
doesn't
what
that
I-
afford them protection?
Exactly.
That's what I understand it to do.
No, he's got a point there too. I was just
I
thinking
don't know if they're that much of a threat to the other children.
I don't know how much of a threat to actual public health they are. But if you can see the road you go down here, if even 10% of parents are choosing not to vaccinate, and then one shows up with the measles, well, that little 10% circle is now at risk.
You know what? Here's the thing.
What if the child has AIDS? What are you going to do about that? You're going to keep them out of school too? If they're HIV positive?
I don't know, man. You're bringing up some heavy shit
I
here.
didn't mean to.
You're
Yeah.
a fucking xenophobic.
I thought we were
type
just
of
going to
dude.
talk about me getting laid or
well-
not, but I mean, yeah,
Well, what the hell?
Boy, that's
Hey, he's
appropriate.
putting us really behind the 8 ball here, Tony.
No question.
Well, I'm going to have to
about it.
ask you. I mean, if you're going to, that's the name of the show.
Yeah. Anyway, I was kicking back.
You're going with the kids.
I finally got to finding something. One of those old channels, that's got
Oh, they're
like
great.
the gun smoke.
Columbo. I've been getting back into Columbo.
Oh, you know what? The show I seen though
What was it?
was Hogan's Heroes.
Oh, yeah, that's a good one, too.
Hogan's Heroes. I mean, how beautiful of a show is that? You had that little French guy sneaking off into town. He's getting a little Pepe wed, and he sneaks back in.
You know what happened to Bob Crane?
He feeds the dog. Yeah, he was a big porn guy.
Yeah,
He's
but
a big porn
his
guy.
buddy killed him.
His buddy killed him?
Yeah, they never
proved
they never
it, but
proved
then
it, but it's pretty obvious.
the
His-
whole,
his friend allegedly killed him.
The whole movie Autofocus is
Yeah.
that Greg Kinnear plays Bob Crane. It's completely about that. But John, look, Hogan's Heroes, I love it. But I got to ask you a question.
Fire away.
So as kids, teenagers, we watch this in reruns all the
I
time.
love that secretary he had.
Hot as hell.
Helga or Hilda? There were two.
Doesn't matter.
No, both of them. But the
Okay.
blonde with the looked like
The first one was better, I think.
the
I think
one
that was
with
Helga.
the two tails.
Yeah, I think it was
ponytails.
Helga.
Oh,
Yeah, you get that kind of Nordique look. You
Oh,
know?
that
Yeah,
big, that
she
big
was hot.
Teutonic.
Yeah,
Just-
looked like the goddess Sif.
Yes.
Remember Thor comics?
Yeah.
Looked like that
That's
guy,
yeah. She
Yeah,
was.
I like that.
She was.
I like that
So
a lot.
Hogan's
6'2".
Hogan's Heroes, Ochoman, based on a movie, Stalag 17?
17.
Okay.
That's correct.
Now, when did this come out? Mid-60s? No, Stalag 17 came out like
1953.
Okay. So
1953.
Correct.
Okay.
Yes.
So
Written and directed by Billy Wilder.
Billy Wilder, great director.
Yeah.
So the television show based on Stalag 17, Hogan's Heroes,
right.
when does that come out? Mid-60s?
I think 66 or something like
Okay.
66.
Now, here's a
67.
question that I've got to get this off my chest. That's only 20, 21 years after the end of World War II.
That's still new, man. That whole conflict.
What
not
maniac?
conflict? War.
What maniac is going in and pitching,
Yeah.
hey, I got a sitcom idea for you. Okay, what is it? It's about a prisoner of war camp. It's a sitcom? Yeah, it's a sitcom. Where is it? It's in Germany. Okay. And the Germans are a bunch of idiots.
Yeah, we got to.
How the hell does that work?
Well, I'll tell you, I actually met the producer of Hogan's Heroes.
Really?
Yeah, he lectured at one of my classes at UCL, Albert Ruddy, and he is also the producer of one of the executive producers of The Godfather.
Oh, no shit.
Yeah, and he was very proud of Hogan's Heroes. It was a big
No,
success.
he should be.
It made his reputation, actually.
I just want to know how that pitch goes.
Oh, I
because
agree.
Armand,
I
can
mean,
you
that's an
imagine?
well, if you've got My Mother the Car, I don't think it stretches it too much to have a.
Imagine today.
Yeah.
Well,
Okay.
it was
Imagine
a zanier time.
Here we are, 2015.
Yeah.
And a guy comes in to pitch you a show about the Gulf War or about the early
Abu
days
Ghraib.
of the war
Yeah. How
of
about Abu Ghraib?
Afghanistan.
Yeah.
So, and they come in and you say, oh, okay, I get it. It's going to be like a drama, like Homeland. And the guy goes, no, it's a sitcom.
No, it's a sitcom.
It's a
set
sitcom.
at Gitmo.
And
It's
in
a
fact,
Gitmo
it's,
sitcom.
it's set in Guantanamo Bay.
Yeah, right.
And it focuses on the Islamic jihadist
Right,
inmates.
right. You know, it's all kinds of zaniness. They tear up Korans. It's great. You'll love it.
Yeah.
They get addicted to the rock music that's blaring all day
Yeah.
long, and then they go and they form
A rock band.
Yes,
They
yes.
form a rock band
they've-
because they've listened to all this heavy metal throughout.
The Prisoners?
The Prisoners.
Oh. You might have some. That's a movie.
And then they get the Guantanamo Bay general or major that was in charge to be their agent because he kept playing all this hard rock. Huh?
Who's the villain? Fidel Castro?
There's no
Who's the-
fucking villain.
No, that couldn't.
Well, it's hijinks like Three's Company because things go wrong. I mean,
Well,
so it's
of
like
course.
imagine it's like Hogan's Heroes meets I don't know, Three's Company meets
Three's
Oh, yeah.
Company.
Yeah,
by
that's
the way,
something always goes wrong. So like they get their the band
Like I Love
forms.
Lucy, where they're,
Right,
yeah,
there's
their
always some
plans always
misunderstanding.
go awry.
Like they're supposed to. It's like Hogan's Heroes meets Spinal Tap.
Okay.
That's what it's like. Imagine someone pitching this show.
I don't.
You.
I'd probably pass on that
No,
one.
well, you have to listen. Can you imagine?
Well,
Because
we-
dial back the clock to
I-
1966.
Oh, okay, we're
this
going
is
back to
this
six-
is
yeah.
Hogan's
I
Heroes.
would
this is-
definitely be xenophobic about this whole situation.
You might be.
You're getting closer.
I'm getting close.
So as you say, they form rock bands, right, Ochoman?
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
this is beautiful. See, this is an idea guy. So they form rock bands. They got
Right.
these. They got incredible names like Infidel Slayer, like
yeah.
like Iron Fatwa,
Yeah.
like Jihad.
Jihad.
Like
Jihad.
Steel Fatwa. You could have that one. And like
Yeah, that's
Nickelback,
that's not
that
bad.
could be another one. Nickelback could be one. And then they play the gigs in the soccer stadiums before beheading. They're like the warm-up act.
Wow. Well, now they're setting people on fire.
Well, no.
That's very cinematic.
But
that's
this crazy shit. That
Can you imagine this being pitched?
Well, this is all pre-Tet offensive, of course. Remember that.
Yeah. All right. Well,
It was a
I-
di-
what, did
it was a different
the
time.
The Tet
Yeah, it was a
offensive
different-
changed
yes.
the realm of television
It changed,
pitches?
It changed TV forever.
it is what it is, and they came out successful. And
Well, they just made a movie about blowing the North Korean.
the
head of North Korea. Right, they're
Interview.
blowing his head off. So we're not.
And this last thing, man,
That was a comedy.
This last thing, though,
But
not,
could you
not
do this?
comedy.
Could you do that?
No, I wouldn't. It's an interesting concept.
You fucking flirted up on it.
I didn't know I was.
I
I didn't bring up Hogan's Heroes. You did.
I brought up. All I'm doing is I'm hungry downstairs watching Hogan's Hero. You bring up all this bullshit.
But
here.
I think Ocho Man and I are on board for this. If you can do Hogan's Heroes, we should be able to do this show where Ocho Man has Islamic fundamentalist prisoners at Guantanamo Bay forming rock bands.
I'm telling you
think
right
we'd all
now,
be
I'm
killed.
not fucking with any of them weirdos.
Yeah, that's-
I mean, these guys are crazy. What
Yeah,
did they
you guys
do
have
yesterday?
families.
I mean,
Well, they set that guy on fire, but
They
that's like
set that
You know,
guy
they had the
on
guts
fire.
though. What's interesting about that? They had already killed him, and then they're asking for ransom because
No.
they killed him a month ago.
no,
No, it's true.
That's not true.
Which now that's
the guy was standing there.
No, but it was a tape apparently.
Oh, that was a tape.
It was a tape, yeah.
You motherfuckers.
Now that's typical Arab mercantilism. They kill somebody and then they want ransom for him after they burn him to a crisp. That's just not done.
That's not.
I mean,
Arab.
Hugh
That's
Grant.
ISIS.
I mean, he
That's
paid for
ISIS.
Divine Brown. I mean, that's fair enough.
Oh man,
$6,000 a night.
That's crazy
I don't think
shit.
Divine's quote was that high.
That's ballsy.
I don't think it was
no,
that high.
Divine was $6
So-
a night, but
Okay.
but to kill a guy and then ask for ransom,
then ask for
him,
ransom?
That's pretty.
So they'd already
killed him, yeah.
They'd already been extorting the Japanese.
yeah, that didn't work. That didn't work out either.
Right, that didn't work out. Then they got the Jordanian. Am I right?
Yeah.
That's
Ocho,
that's
am
who
I
they
right?
burned to death. Yeah.
And
Yeah.
then the Jordanians retaliate.
They just killed a few people yesterday. yeah.
Okay. I
They
read
killed that crazy bitch that
Yeah, they got
wanted
her.
to blow herself
Suicide
up.
bomber, yeah.
And
They
so
got
I'm
her.
happy that exchange did never happen. Because what do you think? What do you think she's coming back to the home fort for? Just to say, hey, I made it, guys. Okay, now
Well, what does
strap
she
yourself
get?
in.
Now, what does she get? I mean, we get 72 virgins, right? What does she get?
yeah,
You get no, you don't.
Well, a Muslim gets.
yeah,
it.
a Muslim gets.
I don't know what a woman's
70
got to get something.
You got it. But see, again, the 72 virgin thing.
yeah.
That is like the unspoken deal with the devil. Seriously, give that some thought for a second.
72
If
virgins.
you
You
go
mean
to
to say that
paradise,
that's a myth? That's not
no,
true?
no,
Oh.
no. I'm not saying it's not true.
Oh, okay.
But if you go to paradise,
Yeah.
do you really want 72
I don't want
virgins?
no
No,
fucking 72
I want two
virgins.
72 sluts.
There you go.
72 sluts is
I
what
see.
we're
What
looking
it-
I want somebody who knows.
That's a fool's bargain. They're
I want
giving
that
these
gal
guys.
that's $6,000 a night. I want 72 of them.
Yeah.
That's what you want. See, it's a fool's bargain. They're selling these poor
Right.
saps.
I'm telling you, there's no doubt about it. You want experienced chick. I don't want to break in 72 chick. That's a headache and a half.
That's not heaven. That's hell.
Yeah.
That's $420,000. 72 times 6,000, something like that.
Oh,
That's a lot of money
Lord.
for a night.
Oh, and then they're going to.
But what does she get?
They're going to be crying a lot that night, and then
Yes,
they're
it'd be
gonna-
bloody.
You got to
Yeah.
clean the fucking sheets every which way. No, forget about it.
No virgins.
I agree.
No virgins.
So there's
And
a
if you're
country.
going to get me laid, don't give me a virgin.
Yeah, get me Hugh Hefner's.
Oh, I like his
bunnies.
wife.
Yeah.
I like his wife.
That's what we're talking about here.
There's a country in Africa. I read about this about a week ago, Armand. I think it might be Kenya.
Okay.
When something happens there,
They run.
Islamist related, and a Kenyan gets killed, they round up 50 Muslims
Just at random?
and kill them. They think this is a deterrent.
I would imagine, yeah.
Now I'm asking because Ocho Man,
Yeah.
you have heritage from that part of the world.
I don't have any fucking heritage in
Yeah,
Kenya.
you're a Muslim.
Not
What do
in-
you
no,
think
no,
about
not
it?
in
You're a black
Kenya.
little guy running around.
Not in Kenya.
You're a-
Well, that's what you just fucking said.
Well, it might be. Well,
We all have
Boko
heritage.
Haram's in Nigeria. It might
Right.
be. I don't know where it is, but
We all have heritage from that part of the world.
No, we don't.
Yeah, I would not get
Shit,
But
I
you-
don't want to get into that with you. You
You're-
fuck. I'm not from Africa.
No,
I didn't come
no.
from Africa.
You got to jump
I'm
back.
Armenian.
There you
the
go.
Fucking Noah's Ark landed in my fucking mountain, and that's where I descended. I don't need all to hear is bullshit that I fucking swing around with.
No, that's
on
not what I'm
trees.
saying.
I'd like to sit down time and do a show on your theory of evolution sometime. And
well, you know what? We didn't
the
come
Ocho
from
Man.
fucking monkeys. We didn't come from fucking monkeys. What? How do I look like a goddamn man?
No, the theory is we
I'm,
came from a common ancestor. It's
but
not,
you know what? I do have a little hair on my back. So when I'm swimming, maybe I do look like a chimp.
You have a pink ass and
I do have a.
It's a baboon.
It's a baboon.
And he's got that. Kind of looks like a mandrill in the face. You see it?
I'm just saying.
You motherfucker.
Well, if you shave your beard, you probably look.
I don't have a
more
beard.
Homo sapien.
I have a. What is that called?
It's a Van Dyke.
It's a Van Dyke. Whatever. You're fucking getting on my xenophobic nerves. You prick.
How does this end?
How does this end?
How does this end?
Well, we got 5 more minutes, and then I'm going to.
That's the show.
That's how it
Ocho,
ends.
That's the show.
Yeah.
With a bang, not a whimper.
If they're going 50 for one,
Yeah, give them the dude.
Oh. Well, you know, I mean, there's an interesting story that probably bore everybody to death.
Well, then don't fucking tell
No,
us.
it's in India when there was the Sepoy rebellion because basically the British used the Muslims in their army, and in the 1850s they gave them cartridges because they had to bite off the cartridge before they put it. There's a cover on the cartridge, and they had to bite it before they put it in their rifle.
Why?
Okay? Because that's the way it was back then. It was
You had to fucking
they
bite
had to bite the
cartridge?
wrapper off the cartridge and then put it in the.
what, to release the powder?
I don't think so. I think it's protective function or whatever. But it had a wrapping on it.
Okay.
And when the Muslims found out that it was made of pork, or pork was one of the ingredients, they mutinied. There was a mutiny over that
Because of that, huh?
Yeah, but the British, they what they found was the Muslims were so afraid of, because pork is dirty, you can't be touched by it.
Well, yeah, Jews.
When they
and,
wanted to torture them or
Muslims.
get information out of them, apparently they wrapped them in the skin of a hog.
Wow.
Scared the hell out of them.
Wow.
So I'm wondering, because you can't go to Allah if you're wrapped. If they kill you and put you, the threat was we're going to kill you and wrap you in the skin of a hog.
Son
so
of
you'll
a
never
bitch.
see Allah. I wonder how that works.
So swine might
Swine.
be
That's the answer. You don't have to kill
the
them.
answer.
Hey,
I don't know.
guys, we may have some Muslim people out there listening, and they don't know you two fucks. They'll come after this
Ocho Man. Yeah.
Ocho Man has nothing to do with these two fucks talking about you guys with pigs and all that, okay?
It's just a historical film.
All right,
That's all
whatever.
it is.
Yeah,
That's
great.
a sick question. You're a
Now I
sick
need
fuck,
security.
and I'm not that sick that I'm going to answer it.
Raging Bull.
Yeah, well, great.
Hit me in the face.
Hit
You
me
got
in
that one?
I'm sure you can find it.
bitch.
I'm sure.
That's when he asked him if he fucked his wife.
All right, fuck. This scholar's gone crazy here. Yeah, Armand's gone nuts.
I'm
nuts.
doing pretty well today.
He's
I want another. Next time I come, if I come back,
You're
please,
coming back
Please
all
put
the
another
time.
word up there. Something. Maybe you can fool me.
You know what? We do play Hangman. Me and Chris, and now I'm going to get Tony involved in it. And there's some words that we put up there that we try to stump one another. So we'll just keep some.
Have you been here before? Because these guys are very cerebral. You would think you're coming in, they're going to be talking about football or, sport.
We talk about it all, man.
No, well, last time I came here, there was this tremendous debate, almost a civil war in here, about which army was bigger in 1940,
Don't
Germany or
start,
France.
Because he's the one that was.
Oh, was that you?
Yeah, it was
the
me.
one.
Okay, I was very surprised. I was very impressed that you guys had that debate.
Yeah, I mean, we just
You're
sat
not
around
animals.
talking about that. Myself, I would have talked about who was better, Dave West or Ron Jeremy in the sack with all the bitches.
No, it's Leslie. He's the best. Oh, Harry Reams is probably the best.
I'm telling you right
the
now.
laws of physics cease to exist on your stove.
I know that one too. My cousin Vinny.
Ron Jeremy.
No.
Oh,
Harry
go fuck
Reams.
yourself. Ron Jeremy.
Harry Reams got rough. He was too gentle.
Who, Ron Jeremy?
Yeah,
he was.
He was gentle.
I've met Ron.
Yeah, he's a nice
Matt
guy.
Ron.
Yeah. We used to do these.
We ought to get Ron on this show, Chris.
You should, because he's entertaining. He's entertaining.
That's my
He'd be a
guy,
great
by the
guest.
way.
We used to do these functions. These amateur night functions. We used to have to go.
What amateur?
The amateur night. Yeah, one of the local ballets.
Yeah, you would sit there and wait for a bitch to fuck you? And
No. They amateur night. Their first time up dancing and whatnot.
Oh.
And Ron
that's
Jeremy
anime.
is the
Okay.
featured guest
great.
star one
Well,
night, and so
that makes sense.
he comes in and he's on the afternoon
At one of these
show.
clubs or something?
No, he's with the radio. Even
all right,
it's a
one of
good
your
dual
shows.
thing. It's a promotional, right?
You got to have one of those.
Cool,
It's
we could do that.
Okay,
Chris, set it up.
a guy, Armand, a guy brings his girlfriend to the club. She's not even going to be one of the amateurs.
Oh, just a spectator.
Right. And he saddles up to Ron and says, "My girlfriend really likes your work." Would you?
Yeah, I'm telling you, man.
Your
That's
word.
a
Would ya?
beautiful fucking guy.
Yeah. And the hedgehog, they go into the bathroom and the whole place, and they watch him.
Wow. Oh, everybody saw it.
Yeah.
You got to tell him where that is. This fucking guy
I
will be
don't know.
right there. He'll be-
Unbelievable.
I don't know if I could do it.
Unbelievable.
Oh,
I'm-
fuck you.
I'm so lonely.
I've seen you in action before.
Yeah, well,
This
yeah.
fucking guy, he dated this chick that was a wrestler.
Oh, yeah. She sweat a lot.
UFC chick. Real hot, but she sweat a lot.
Oh,
So
she
what's
was-
he do?
she was
I went to
moist.
his house. He's moved all the fucking furniture. All he's got is wrestling mats set around the whole fucking
Were you
place.
Andy Kaufman?
She put me in an arm bar. Almost broke my arm.
And I'm going, what the fuck is all this? He goes, I had some wild fucking sex, dude. And she sweats all over the place. And
Armand, you had some
Arm-
break the coffee table sex, didn't you?
he got rid of all
Yeah,
the furniture.
I think I finished her off. I hit her with a lamp.
You hit her with a lamp?
Yeah, that was the only way I could.
That a boy.
She was tough.
All right, guys.
50 Shades of Grey coming out.
50 Shades
Ladies.
of Grey.
Yeah, get your tickets.
Hey, what are you going to be up to, Armand? Anything? What
I'm going to L.A.
pilot?
next week. I got to talk to the director. In fact, I'm going to Sony to meet her. Sony was really last time I was there because this lady is a Sony director. Mm-hmm. That place is under. I mean, it's almost like Stalag 17.
They're on
They're
lockdown.
really- yeah, they're really
they
paranoid.
They got that bitch locked.
Yeah, they're paranoid.
So
It's a
what's
gulag
this
over there.
pilot you're working on?
It's called Hellfire. I just finished the first act and I sent it to her. It's about a guy that wasn't supposed to die but does, and the devil decides to use him because he's not going to send him back until he does a few favors for him. Certain.
You know, we used to watch Highway to Heaven. Now we're working for
Exactly.
the devil. How times are fucking
How
changing.
much would it take
Well, that
for
was
you
pretty
to?
Ted offensive. What?
How much would it take for you to walk into Sony and pitch Ocho Man and I's
That idea?
Guantanamo idea and tape it, knowing that it's going to get blown up?
Get your paycheck first before you do
Yeah,
that.
of all the studios in Hollywood to pitch that to.
Yeah, no kidding. Tony, it's great having you on the show.
Love it, baby.
I think we ought to do this more often. How many times you coming into town here?
Yeah, about once a month, something like that.
Once a month. Fuck, you're on my show though.
Hey, thanks. Hey, and thanks for that bet last time. I won a few bucks on that
There you
NHL
go.
bet you had.
There you go. Speaking of
That was
bets,
a good one.
Speaking of bets, I'm glad you said that. Let me give you guys my play for today. I got so wound up talking about all this stuff. We got a hockey game going tonight. The Bruins taking on the Rangers. I like the Rangers in this spot. I'll tell you, the Rangers look good. I'm gonna bet on the Rangers tonight.
Now, do you have to lay goals, or you can
Hey,
straight
you know
up,
what?
or how's that go?
I think this is 5. 5.5 is the over and under, and
yeah, you gave me an over and under last time.
yeah,
That
and
was a win.
I think the Rangers are going to win on a low score here against the Bruins. That's what I got on this one. And in NBA action, we got the Bulls taking on the Rockets. Rockets are -3 right now. I think the Bulls are a little worn out. I'm looking at the Rockets to win this one, covering the 3. That's what I got on this one. Chris, fill our people in on our show.
Yeah, if you want to find the Ocho Man Behind the 8 Ball, go to the iTunes store, search for the show, Ocho Man Behind the 8 Ball. You can visit us on the web at behindthe8ball.ochoman.com.
And we do have a Facebook site, too, called Behind the 8
Search
Ball.
for Ocho Man or Ocho Man Behind the 8 Ball.
And
where do the girls go to meet me?
That's Ochoman at ochoman.com. Right. Just say you want Armand's information. We'll make sure they don't get it. Get it.
No reasonable offer
We'll
refused.
get it to Armand. I'm telling you, if you can't get anyone, Tony will fuck you.
And everyone
Tony's
remember,
cute.
if you're in the iTunes store, after you listen to the podcast and you love it, you can leave a rating, a review in the review section of the iTunes store. It helps our rankings and our visibility. We're still moving up in the iTunes charts, so everything's good there. We appreciate the feedback.
Thank you very much. I got real good listeners coming in from California, Arizona. We got people from Wisconsin. We got people from Qatar, our military, that's tuning in to our show. How about that, man? That's beautiful. I got a guy that's always posting up some great pics on Facebook about some stuff going on. I always use his stuff. His name's Goggeek. I got to give a little props out to him. My boy out in New York playing for the Cosmos, Hagop, all the love to that guy, too. I think he's going to have a great season. Look for the New York Cosmos. They're playing pretty good right now. Well, they haven't started the season yet, but because it's fucking
Well,
snowing.
they're practicing very well.
Yeah, they're practicing. But Hagop's going to have a great season. I'm counting on that little guy to do great stuff. Chris, Tony, Armand, great to have you guys on the show.
Thank you.
We'll see you guys next time. We are out of
Ain't
here.
over now. Because when the going gets tough, the tough get going. Who's with me? Let's go! Come on! Ah!
The Ochoman, behind the 8 ball. Only on Ignotainment. Leave us your questions and comments below this podcast in the comments section of the iTunes Podcast Store.